Hey everybody, it's been a couple weeks since I've checked in and I thought it was time. Things have been really kind of crazy. My name is Vicky and I am posting on my journey for weight loss surgery with vertical sleeve gastrectomy. I have not got a surgery date yet. I am in the pre-op stage. 2 weeks from today is my next nutritionist meeting. That's my number 4 meeting. I have to have 6 of them, and then they can submit for insurance to get the surgery date. So right now, in my head, I'm thinking the soonest it would probably be end of February, but I'm thinking more realistically is probably March. So yeah, my last video, I was in a bit of a funk. I have quite a bit of weight to lose, even with the surgery and stuff. Been a big girl my whole life, and this is my lifelong struggle. So I'm looking forward to all kinds of stuff, getting better with this, and really putting a lot of stock into it. This is kind of my last ditch hope. My last video I had talked about, I actually had a little bit of a gain from when I had last met with a nutritionist. When I started this journey, as far as the surgeon is concerned, my starting weight is 395, and he wanted me to lose like 20-25 pounds before surgery. And that was 2 months ago. Yeah, August. 2 months ago now, and 2.5 months ago. And then in September, when I had gone in, I had lost weight and I was down to 387, which was good. Last month then I went in and I had gained a little bit and I was at 391. Now the nutritionist wasn't upset with that. I was really upset with it. Felt a little bit defeated and kind of like, oh, great, here we go again. Typical. And I think I was kind of starting to really doubt myself. This week I have had to go through and do biometric screening for this next year health insurance with our health insurance provider, which is the first time that I've ever had to do this because this is a new insurance compared to where we were a year ago, and that insurance didn't require all this stuff. So yeah, which the biometric stuff, I don't like the thought of being pigeonholed into little spots, and it's some formula that somebody come up with based off of some statistics somewhere. I don't like it, but it is the nature of the beast. In the biometric screening, they take your weight, they take your height, they take your blood pressure, they check your cholesterol and your blood sugars and your waist circumference. I was like, do you want my shoe size too? But when they did my weight, I was 384.4. Yay. And I was kind of like, oh, is this for real? And last night I went to the support group at the hospital for the surgery and stuff. We have a monthly support group that we have to attend as part of the program. And I was like, I don't know if this is for real. So they have a scale there, and so I asked if I could just get on the scale. I didn't want it recorded in my chart. I didn't want to make a big deal about it or anything, but yeah, sure enough, there it said it was 386. So I'm going to go with that because that's the scale that I have been monitoring stuff, and I'm going to take that and run with it and say, yes, 386 is good. So that's 5 pounds down in 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks is when I go to see the nutritionist again. So yay, I'm gonna consider that a win for me. And I think I talked last time about overall, basically I just need to make sure that I'm showing a downward trend, and hopefully I keep things moving in the right direction. This is definitely a difficult journey, and I've been kind of struggling with who do I need to tell. We've got holidays coming up, we've got just so much stuff to try to figure out logistically with me when I go in for the surgery. So I had to sit down with my boss and stuff, and I told her that I was planning on going through this. And my boss is really, really cool. I appreciate her so much. She has been just wonderful to me in all of the years that I've worked here and worked for her. One of the reasons that I stay is her. But she basically told me, whatever you need from me and whatever we need to do to accommodate to make sure that you are able to recover and recover well is what we'll do. I have a job that, and I sit at a desk. I have my little office here that's my little safe haven at work and whatever. But I am able to do stuff from home. It's not really something that is out there for public knowledge because not everybody has that capability. But she said, whatever we have to do to make it work, we'll make it work. And I just said, that I was going to try to have everything set very well so that I do the writing and I publish things on our webpage and whatnot. So long as I have my stuff set, and I'm just going to have to get the calendar kind of situated and I'm going to plan for probably 4 to 6 weeks, just the bare basics. But then if I'm able to do stuff from home, that's going to make things better that way too. And that took a lot of stress off of me and a lot of my anxiety away. Not that I'm not anxious about the surgery. Oh my God, I go some days of, I don't know if I can do it, and yet I know I have to do it. I'm worried sometimes about what the aftermath will be, and I know everybody is going to go through it the way that their body's going to react to it, and there isn't too much that you can have control over that. For me, it's just the fear of the unknown. I don't know what it's like to be under anesthesia. I've only ever had one surgery in my life, and I don't remember. The only thing I remember about that is screaming when they took me in because they had big issues with the IV, but I don't remember coming out of it. I don't remember recovery. Obviously, I did recover because I'm here, but it was very traumatic going into it, and that's what sticks in my head. But now that was a long time ago, over 20 years ago, and things are way different. Just had to go with surgery room and everything else with my son last week. He broke his arm playing football. My little bulldog that he is. He's defensive tackle and went in, caused a tackle, caused a fumble, went to recover the fumble, and everybody piled on top of him, and they were trying to pull the ball away from him, and he was trying to hold on to it, and so yeah, he broke both of the bones in his left forearm in 3 places, just missing the growth plate. He's 13, and this week we had to go in and see the orthopedic again, for the 1-week checkup and stuff, and he said that it's very likely with where he is in his growth pattern or his growth chart or whatever, And the way that he broke the bones, and the fact that he broke both bones, in the next year he's probably going to break them again. Not what a mom wanted to hear. They said, unless he doesn't play sports, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, that's my son he plays football, he plays basketball, he wrestles, in his spare time he wrestles. He used to be wrestling all the time. He plays baseball, he trap shoots, you name it, he probably does it. The only thing he doesn't do is hockey, because we can't afford him to play hockey. That's an expensive sport. But yeah, so he's right now football has ended, and now he's moving into basketball. And he's going to miss the first 5 weeks of basketball. But then the doctor said, sure, once your cast comes off, yeah, you can play basketball. Again, not exactly what I had wanted to hear, because I was trying to tell him, you need to take a season off and let's wait. Okay, hey, sorry, there was a phone call that came in that I had to take. So I'm getting a little long here today, but yeah, I was just talking about my son and his stuff, and yeah, we'll be fine. Otherwise, everything else seems to be going pretty good. Where I am just working through everything, trying to stay on task for my objective to get everything set. Last night in the support group meeting that I had, what I found was a little interesting was quite a few people talked about how with the surgery, once people realize that you've done it, your relationships with people change. And there was one girl that said to just keep in the back of your mind that just because people today are with you does not mean that they are going to stay with you. And then you may find other people who are not necessarily open or nice to you, all of a sudden now will become engaging and everything else, which, relationships, interpersonal relationships are an interesting little thing anyway. And so yeah, if I'd like to hear from you guys, what's been your experience? Have you lost people along this way? How do you deal with that? Is it kind of a, hey, either you're with me or you're not, and if you're not, your loss? Is that the right mentality to take, or what? But yeah, hope to talk to you guys soon. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.